Sanctuary campaign. I've already beat this one,
As
so we're
John
going to go ahead and
Hammond
go through
realized his vision for
do a little
Jurassic Park,
walkthrough to kind of help
his
anybody out
competitors
that might
began
be
to
stuck
see
or
the
anything.
potential of InGen's work. One of their main rivals.
Let's go ahead and move forward. Alright, let's skip forward.
I guess what they say is true. It's location, location, location.
More than you realize.
Turn
This is perfect.
in the
Keeps
center,
us
if you're
away
playing
from
on
the public's
PlayStation,
prying
it would
eyes,
be the
and
big
keeps the
large button right
political
in the center.
do-gooders at
That
arm's
will
length.
open up
Think
your
what
moving
InGen
fast
had
or
and
slow.
fumbled away.
Go ahead and turn it all the
They
way
never saw
down
the
so
bigger
that you're
picture.
not losing
All
money super
dinosaur and
fast while
zero
they're
business.
talking.
That is where Biosyn wins. We bring a balance that InGen never
Of course, you see
understood.
all the space.
We
There's
see the whole
tons
picture.
of it.
Okay,
You should be good.
what's our next step? I don't want to waste any time getting this going.
So let's go ahead and get started.
Well, it all starts with a control
We're going to
center.
build our control center.
Remember, it needs
Personally,
to be connected
I like
to the
doing my control
Hyperloop
center
network.
All right
a
then,
little further out.
get started.
You don't have to place yours exactly like mine. I just prefer mine to be right there. So go ahead and let it play out. Fast forward it so it goes a little bit quicker.
Everything's in place for us to get our new research compound constructed.
Great. Then we can focus on getting it operational.
Next is your power hub, which we're going to actually put in the back and out of the way, and we're going to connect it here. Go ahead and fast forward again, get it built a little quicker. Turn it back down.
Isaac, update?
Push
Everything's going
square
to plan.
to
We
open
should
up
have the
your
research we need
channel.
shortly.
Great. Carry on.
Right here, stage 1. And you're going to go ahead and unlock this. Now, if you're anything like me, the first thing you want to do is get somebody that has, you know, quite a bit of stuff. However, that could be, you're going to want somebody that has faster extraction. Because once you start getting those, you know, doing your expeditions and getting your fossils, you're going to want somebody that does it faster. But you see this one, although it's faster extraction, they've only got one mark, like one little point. So we're going to actually refresh for 100,000. And we're going to look again. And I see one that has faster research. And the good thing about this guy here is, although he's expensive, he has welfare. That's at 3, which is really, really good. And then a faster synthesis guy. You don't want these two right now. So we're going to get this guy here. And we're going to go ahead and move forward.
Okay, that did it. We have access to the core facilities research.
Great. Our vision is coming together if each building we get operational.
We just need to ensure we can handle all the dinosaurs when they arrive.
I think we can do that.
It's all starting to come together, just as we envisioned. We are leaving InGen in our dust.
Well, I will give them some credit. They did resurrect the dinosaurs from extinction.
Sure, through a rushed agenda and lazy science. We're doing it right. Their failures were our education. We won't be making the same mistakes Hammond and his team made. InGen always fell in love with their own wonder. They wanted to prove to the world that they could do it. Once they did, they wanted to showcase them as circus freaks and rub our faces in it. They didn't get it. Evolution is not just DNA and frogs. It also happens in business to advance the world. Think of what we will bring to the world. Think of what we will bring to humanity. New medicines, biotechnology, beauty products, you name it, we will own it.
Alright, So we listen to the mission briefing. They're going
I
to
want
want
to
us
see a
to build a response facility, paleomedical, and an emergency shelter. So now we should have access to our paths. I'm going to create one going kind of far out because I want to make sure that my stuff is good. Same thing here. We're going to do the same. You can curve it, do whatever. Very weird. I like my stuff to be kind of tedious for whatever reason. Alright, so if I can give you any advice, you want stuff kind of happening rather quickly, put your paleomedical facility and your response facility close to where you're going to, you know, build your habitats or exhibits, however you want to put it. Now, if you're on console and you want to know how to switch up when you're doing your paths and stuff, if you don't want them to be straight, push square and it'll help you make your circles. You want something a little more, you know, straight, you want everything to be kind of close. There's a trick to that. So say you get to a point where you're just like, okay, I want my stuff to be real close to each other or anything like that, especially when it comes to your emergency shelters. You can do like this. So let's place our emergency shelter here. So you want it really close. The good thing, the only path that gets super close to your facilities is going to be your facility path. So, of course, you can't do it here, can't do it here, so just scoot it over just a tiny bit more and go straight across. Great. Take off any extras. Okay. Now, use these to your advantage as far as putting your stuff where you want it. So you see how close I got to it right there? Kind of use it in a sense as a ruler, so to speak. And these extra spaces here, you can decorate. Add a couple of things, make it more personable. Add some of the Biosyn decorations and things like that. You don't have to. I personally like to, just because, you know, it just gives it a little bit more of a flair. Although, one thing I will say I wish they did on this game would be like, kind of, if anybody here has ever played like Planet Zoo, you know, being able to get more in detail about your decorations and things like that. I wish we could do that here. Of course, I'm taking my time. This isn't part of the how-to. This is just more of a, I want to do this. Okay. So let's go ahead and connect this. Let's put a repeater station close by. Alright, and then we're going to let it just
functioning
kind of do its
facility.
thing.
That is the only way we can secure the dinosaur survival.
Absolutely, we'll get it done.
See that you do. A lot is riding on it.
We've been authorized to expand our team, specifically scientists. Look over the candidates and let's add some to our operation.
Alright, so I'm going to go with one that has, for now, because I will be getting rid of them later, this one that's the cheaper synthesis, because I want someone with logistics and genetics right now. Okay, and it looks like we need one more person with genetics, so let's go back in. This person here, cheaper research. That should help complete it. Okay.
Hey,
Let's
I
go
have exciting
ahead
news.
and do
We're
this.
closing in on some exclusive Biosyn tech. Invisible fencing. It'll secure the animals
Okay, go
while
ahead and
removing the
unlock
traditional man-made
research the
constructs
fossil
that have
center.
surrounded their
Basically,
environments.
your efficiency
So,
upgrades. You're
no
gonna want
visible
those.
barrier between us and the dinosaurs? That sounds terrifying.
The more these animals believe they are not in cages, the healthier they will be.
Yeah, that will make them easier to care for.
I think we'd better place some research outposts as well. We can observe our animals safely from there.
You know, it's bad enough that dinosaurs never knew what a fence was until we placed them around them. But what if they become dependent on them to feel safe? At least they could see a barrier between us and them. How are they even going to trust their environment
So
with
now that
invisible
that's done,
fences?
let's go over
How are
to
they even going to
our
know where they
stage
are?
2.
Oh, believe me, they'll feel it if they try to cross one.
Yeah, that. I don't know. Look, it feels like we're messing with them and how comfortable they'll be in their environment.
You're concerned about fences? The dinosaurs
Looks
never
like we
saw a
still
human
need more
before either,
skill for that
and that
one, so
hasn't
we're gonna
stopped
leave
us.
that there. But since our staff center is ready to go, let's go ahead and build one of those, which will give us 2 additional scientists, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. This is still researching, so that's good. It's almost done. Looks like we've got to wait until those are done. Okay.
Isaac, we've got an issue. We're in need of more power.
How close are we to maximum output?
Already there. We won't be able to hold much longer.
Then we'll need to research how to get more. Upgraded power stations is the way forward. Let's get to it.
All right. I'm just kind of flipping around, seeing if there's anything in particular that I'd like to do first. Power station's already doing its thing, so let's just wait till it's done. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. It says increase the output upgrade to the hydropower hub. So let's go back here. We're going to go to the second where the upgrades are and do increased output. Now that that's going, let's go ahead and start building our fences. So the first ones I like to do are going to be a large area for your herbivores. I kind of utilize all the space all around the facilities. I don't like unused space. Curve it if you want it to be a little larger. So the cool thing about this too is the larger you make this area, which is good, you want to make it as large as you can because you're going to end up getting stegosaurus. So unfortunately, with some of my tips and tricks, I would usually tell everyone to use the scenery tool, which is, you can use the some of the trees and things like that to kind of cover your what do you call it? Your forest for some of your animals. But unfortunately, with this particular scenario, you can't do that. So I'm going to create kind of a little hub right here. Do it close. Looks like we might need to make this one a little bit larger, which is okay. All right. All right. Now, we can either put this here, put this over here, like right there. So the first thing I would suggest doing, if you're still good on cash, get rid of all the trees. You're going to want to be able to see what you're doing. Because you could actually have to expand this area as far as the habitat itself, or enclosure, should I say. It'll take you a second because there is a ton. Okay. So now that we can kind of see what we've got going, a lot of this you're going to think, wait, aren't we going to just put stuff back in here, blah, 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 blah. Yes, but with that being said, trust me when I say it's going to be well worth it if you just go ahead and do this now. Your stuff doesn't have to be perfect. I don't generally make mine perfect. Alright, so there's a good tree line right there. Let's go ahead and add our ranger post. I'm going to add just one. Let's go ahead and do our paleo medical facility and the ranger post. So if you don't know, if you haven't figured it out yet, which I'm sure you have if you've played the beginning, to access your ranger post to get them to do this is, if you're on PlayStation, it's R1. If you're wanting your medical facility, as far as your, say, the paleo medical facility, that's L1. So you would grab them, add task, and you would assign them to the post that you place. So let's go ahead and add some water. You can make these smaller using L1 and R1. Smaller or larger, however you want to do it. I like to place water strategically kind of through, just so they're spaced out. Kind of make it look like a little river type thing. There we go. Okay, so these guys should be good. Let's go to our trees. Let's go ahead and fill this area in, because we're going to need that. So you already know the Gallimimus likes the ground leaf. So a good way to get the ground leaf is to kind of like either throw it here, throw a little here, throw a little up against the trees here. And this right here should actually be enough for them. But I'm going to go all the way across. Okay. The Parasaurolophus likes the tall nut trees. So we're going to place a little bit of that kind of everywhere. They don't require a whole lot, so honestly you don't need to place a lot. But once you start getting more of your other dinosaurs and stuff, you're going to need that. So your Stegosaurus is probably your pickiest one. So these guys want ground fruit, which this also has ground fiber as well. They like the tall fruit and ground fruit. So we're going to place quite a bit of that all around. So you can place some of it in the water if you like. Around the edges. You can do one area where it's nothing but that. And then you're going to come over here to your ground fiber, and you're going to do the same thing. Just kind of spaced out everywhere. Do a little of this stuff over here. So at some point we're going to get the Dreadnoughtus. If you haven't done that yet, that's okay. We're going to get there. I'm just going to go ahead and place some of these because I want them to be in here with my Stegosaurus and my other animals. So let's place quite a bit of that here, which this also covers some of the tall fiber and ground fiber. Place a little bit more for the of the ground nut over here. Alright, looks like it should be good for now. I'm going to leave it alone. If we need to do more, I will. But let's go ahead and fast
Before
forward
we go any
everything.
further, there's something I want from you. Through my connections, I've arranged for a number of dinosaurs to be delivered here to our facility. They're coming all the way from Isla Sorna, so you'll have some time to prepare for their arrival. I'm confident you won't let me down.
They're going to need enclosures, secure
Alright,
enclosures.
so let's go ahead
Safety
and
is
place
essential
our,
for them and
I
us.
guess you could
And
say
we
it's
have
the
to get
viewing
this
gallery,
right.
because technically it is.
We don't need another InGen or Mazrani incident.
So we can either place
Absolutely.
one
We
right
will
here,
do better.
and then we can also place another one over there.
Asset in transit. Transportation underway.
I know a lot of people like to place theirs kind of in one area. You want to space them out so they can get a general idea as to where they are, like how much stuff they have in their exhibit.
Asset has been delivered.
Alright, so far the only thing they're missing is the forest, and of course they haven't gone everywhere yet,
Commencing asset
so
transit.
we're going to give it some time.
Confirming asset delivery.
Almost there. And just like that, it's perfect.
Asset transportation underway. Transporting asset. Asset being transported.
Alright, right now the Gallimimus is just lonely.
Asset delivery
He's going to be
confirmed.
looking for ground meat. We're going to leave it alone. Parasaurolophus, let's go ahead and place them close
Asset
to where their
transportation
stuff
in
is at.
progress. Assets in the air. Transit has commenced. Transportation complete. Asset has been collected. Asset transportation complete.
It looks like the enclosures are ready.
We need to make these habitats as desirable for the dinosaurs as we can.
Asset transported.
And just like that, they are good. Let's check the Parasaurolophus. Slow it down a bit. Looks like they say they're missing forest, but they haven't been back here to see this yet, so don't even worry about it. If you want to move it forward a little bit, you can actually use your capture team to capture one of these guys, but honestly, I think it'll be fine because this one's kind of walking through the
Ramsey,
forest anyway.
I've been going through the data, and I think we can make some real progress if we get a research outpost connected to our Hyperloop.
Yeah,
Alright,
makes sense to me.
so since we've
Awesome.
already made
Let's make it happen.
those posts,
Without proper security,
advance the
we
construction
slip
of
into the
research
same
compound.
chaos that
Research
brought down our
following stage
rivals.
3 and expeditions. Okay,
But our ranger team
so
should be
let's go to
capable of
stage
maintaining
3.
order.
We'll set up the necessary patrols.
Yeah, I don't have to remind you. Remote monitoring can only go so far.
Of course.
Alright,
We'll
let's
get
look
right
and
on it.
see what guys we've got here. It looks like we can't do any more just yet.
Have you ever heard the
Which is
phrase,
okay.
you are victims of your own success? Because, gentlemen, that's where you find yourselves. Both of you.
Not sure I follow.
It means we're doing our job, so we can take on even more.
Whatever the challenge, we're ready.
Then welcome to the Biosyn Genetics Research Compound Phase 3. This will allow us to continue expanding our genetic engineering division and take our operations to the next level. Biosyn is counting on you.
Right here.
More importantly, I am counting on you.
We need perfect genetic samples for the best outcome. That is something Biosyn will write a check for.
Yeah, but we're not yet in control. We're dependent on others until we get in a position to send out our own expeditions. And I don't like being unable to control the outcome of something.
Yes, but once this research is done, we'll be able to send out our own expeditions. We should be in a better place around our samples.
If we own and control it, it's better for Biosyn.
This way,
And you.
Okay. We're gonna grab right here, and then get rid of
Okay,
it.
we are ready to build an expedition center.
Don't forget, we'll need a fossil center too.
Understood.
These buildings will put
It wants us to
Biosyn at
do
the
the
cutting edge of
dinosaur
bioengineering.
So,
My understanding is that we're ready to send out a team?
That's correct.
Good. I want you to start with an amber mining expedition. This valley wasn't chosen by accident. This area is rich with amber. And I intend for Biosyn to exploit that. Insects trapped in prehistoric tree sap. That is what we need.
This is where our dinosaurs begin.
This amber is going to be the time capsule that links us back to
Alright.
the era of the dinosaurs.
so earlier I had you
It's a
guys
window
go
to the
ahead
past,
and unlock those
and
efficiency upgrades,
worth billions.
specifically for the
Ramsey,
fossil
have our scientists
storage and
extract what they
extraction
can from the
capacity.
fossils.
So you want to
That'll
do
increase our genome diversity.
extraction
Yes,
capacity
on
so you
it.
can carry more fossils.
And what is the end goal of this?
To do the
And then
impossible.
also improve yield for
Again?
your expedition center. Let's go ahead and do the amber mine one. So we have level 1. And then we'll work on getting the genome specifically for our stegosaurus first, because when these guys get lonely, especially if they, let's just say that it would not be good if they were left alone. Your guests, your stuff, everything would plummet if one of them got out because they were lonely. So it's better to have their genome ready to go just in case. Also, let's go ahead and build our hatchery. So what people don't realize, I want to say it was during one of the updates that they had, that you can actually airlift them from the hatchery to the enclosure that they're supposed to be in. So you can do that with any of your dinosaurs. They don't always have to be right up against the fence. Looks like our fossils are good to go. Looks like it's only at 79 and there's still room. Okay, looks like they're still researching that. That's okay, let's let it finish. Alright, so before we research the other one, let's go to our infrastructure, and we're going to want to do staff improvements. So this guy's already disgruntled already. That's okay, because we're going to let them rest here in a minute. We're also going to look and see if it's refreshed. Doesn't look like it yet. Looks like we got a little more time. If you're unsure, you can also go to your research center and it says new candidates in 42 seconds. So it's just doing a countdown as far as candidates. So in about 30 some odd seconds, 30 or more seconds, we can go back in and we can pick some new people, get rid of some old ones, and then, go from there. So let's fast forward. All right. So what I'm looking for specifically is I want to get rid of these guys here. The faster research guy, I'd like to keep him, but I know they have better. So let's see what we've got. We've got a welfare specialist. That'll take care of that welfare person that I was going to keep because of their faster research. And there's a faster research person that not only covers the faster research, but also logistics. So we're going to take them as well. So let's get rid of this guy here. And when these guys are done, we'll go ahead and get rid of those. So now we need to look for a geneticist. Doesn't look like we've got one, so let's refresh. There's a logistics person there, and they actually have good genetics, so we might come back to that one. There's one right there. So while that's going, let's go ahead and unlock this. Go ahead and do the tuberculosis thing. If you've got an extra person that's willing to do it, definitely go after making sure that your diseases and stuff are covered. That way, if your dinosaurs get sick, it doesn't take very long for them to heal. So let's go ahead and do an upgrade on our staff center. We're going to do staff center speed. Let's go to our people. Let's get rid of him. Get rid of them. Well, hold on to... No, let's get rid of the faster research guy. So let's grab that logistics specialist. So now we're good. We've got a good coverage as far as genetics, logistics, and welfare. So we can move forward as far as unlocking more things that we need. So let's go ahead and do the extra scientist upgrade. It's going to take about 3 minutes. Looks like the hatchery's good, so let's go back in. Let's go to our amber mines and look for dimethylene. There it is. So we can finish off his genome, so then we can start working on the Spinosaurus. While we're waiting on that, if you want to go ahead and get a fence ready for these guys, you absolutely can. These guys are going to want water, sand, and meat. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you want to make just enough room so that they can roam around, but not too much room back this way so that you don't take away from your buildings and stuff. Okay. Same thing here. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of quite a bit of this, even though we're going to end up needing it. We're right back. I just like to customize their enclosures. water. Get rid of some in the center. And they're going to want sand. So let's go all the way around the sand. I'm going to do a little dirt with mine too. Just kind of mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to put dirt or trees where the dirt's at, because it's really not going to matter. Get to it on this side. Okay, so let's go to our fossils. Look at that, 97%. All we're going to need is one more. Alright. So let's look for our, let's go to level 1. We're going to look for stegosaurus. There we go. It's going to take about 5 minutes, which sucks, but hey, it's getting the ball rolling. Go ahead, create. Research from here. These guys like meat. So let's place them here and over here.
That's it! We've had a breakthrough. An entirely new genome.
So what you're saying is we've discovered a new dinosaur? One we've never seen before?
Sort of. It is incredible, but it's not actually a dinosaur per se. It's a prehistoric synapsid called Dimetrodon.
Huh. Did Hammond have one of these?
I don't believe so.
Perfect. A Biosyn exclusive.
This DNA is only part of the puzzle, though. We still need to build a hatchery and then synthesize this new breed.
Once we've done that, we can incubate and release them.
I can't wait.
Okay, we've got our hatchery. And let's go ahead and add those upgrades that we did. So we're going to do advanced equipment and extra scientists. So these guys are still not 100%. You want it to be 100%, you know? Trust me. Okay. Let's see if we can't find somebody that has faster expeditions. There's cheaper, faster expeditions right here. Perfect. Look at that. Cutting time in half. Okay, so it says release one dinosaur with the large appetite trait. So the funny thing is believe it or not, you want to get even your Gallimimus if you can, because these guys have the large appetite trait right now. So let's go here. Let's go ahead and create a few more of these guys. I'm going to change mine up a bit. I want mine to look different. Because these guys are easier to sell and easier to make. So, that being said, this will help you later down the line, especially when you get your Dreadnoughtus. Let's just do one of these guys. We're not doing all of them. We just need one with the appetite, the large appetite trait. So when you get your Dreadnoughtus, if you can get those under control, especially with your Brachiosaurus, all of those, trust me, well worth it. To go ahead and get it knocked out now with one of your easier dinosaurs. So, let's go to our scientists. Let's rust them up. I know I can't do anything just yet.
Commencing asset transit. Delivery complete.
Alright. Alright, so let's go ahead and get more of our other demons done. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get these guys taken care of first. So let's go to Dimetrodon. Okay. Now let's look at the tolerant trait. So, we need to unlock stage 4 to access. And you can't do stage 4 yet, because we need to progress the mission. So, at least we've got the other one knocked out. And then also the fit trait. So we need to do 2 dinosaurs with the unfit trait. So, let's see if we've got any of those. Oh, there you go. I guess we can do a few of these and just call it a day. There's intolerant, unfit, unfit. This guy is aggressive and unfit, and man, this is just a world full of crazy, huh? While that's going, let's go ahead and get our ranger post ready. And let's go ahead and switch them inside.
Asset requiring collection. Acknowledging asset collection request. En route to pick up the asset. Heading to pick up the asset.
And then way over here.
Collecting asset.
I'm going to spread it out a little bit, just so we
Asset has...
Okay, let's go ahead and unlock these 2 dinosaurs with the unfit trait.
Asset transportation in progress.
And those other ones are going to help
Asset has
with
been
the
delivered.
population in the forest.
Assets in the air. transported. Asset transportation complete.
Okay,
Transporting
so
asset.
now they're good. Let's go ahead and go unlock our traits. Ooh, accelerated growth. Mm. Okay, so you see you see that we can't access it right now. The gene modification, technically, it's unlocked, but it's not. So we need stage 4. Okay. So our next thing, ensure all dinosaurs at a comfort of 80%. That's okay. Let's go ahead and start unlocking other items. I don't ever really worry about the paleo medical facility cheaper treatment. I don't generally run into that. You can if you'd like to. I don't. I will, however, do the efficiency upgrades too, and then later cost upgrades. So I'm going to do this one first. And then I'm going to do the scientist trait.
Has been completed.
Thanks in part to your efforts, it's becoming clear that Biosyn will be the home of paleobiology moving forward.
Our future is found in the past.
I like that. Sure, we've had some difficulties, that was expected, but you handled it well. I think we can now move forward with the next phase of Biosyn. We have a world-class operation. Let's take it global. Biosyn will represent the past, present, and future. So, what do we focus on next?
We focus on upgrading our research compound. That'll give us benefits across the board.
I want a crown jewel. Something we can all be proud of. Do the research. We're shooting for 100% complete dinosaur genomes.
The genetic link between birds and dinosaurs has long been established.
Busy doing
Now,
the other one.
with
So
a
let's fast
feathered
forward it.
dinosaur, we can finally have our proof.
Yeah, with a living specimen. It's gonna be incredible. Well, what are we waiting for? Time to get started on the research.
Now that that's done, let's go unlock stage 4.
Magnificent. Biosyn is at the brink of excellence. Everything InGen aspired to be, and more.
It is truly something. I just...
Just what?
Well, this is the point InGen thought they had everything in place. Then it all unraveled from there.
Yeah, let me put your fears to rest. I am not Hammond. He was all ego. I am not Masrani and his tech-first approach. We are set up to succeed, and that is what we're going to do.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that...
No, I understand what you're trying to say. There is truth in it. But we're in a far better position to succeed because others have failed. Hammond and Masrani both brought tremendous advances to the world. They just had a narrow vision of it. We do not. We see the whole picture. We see the balance of it. Where there are advancements, there needs to be a business that supports it.
That makes sense.
Look, Biosyn's not just interested in the dinosaurs. They have the potential to provide improvements for all life on this planet. If we don't jump on this opportunity, someone else will. So why not us?
Okay. So it looks like somebody broke out. We're going to find out what's going on, unless it's just quite literally the power grid. So let's create another power grid. We'll do a backup generator as well, just in case. We'll do our other power grid over here. Of course, we can't go through there. Should have thought about that. We'll just go forward.
We're looking for research on a very specific animal. If I were to say that its name means Olympus Fire Thief...
A pyroraptor?
Yes, exactly.
Before we can proceed any further, we'll need to send a team out for pyroraptor amber samples.
No problem.
It looks like we should be able to achieve a complete, uncompromised genome with the pyroraptor.
That should make Dodson happy.
Alright. While we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and get our Stegosaurus taken care of. And then while that's going, we'll look for the Pyroraptor. I look through all of these. So here, our geneticist is busy. And now we can do our gene modification. So let's let them finish. Okay, it's almost done. Alright, so go unlock the Pyroraptor. It's amazing that these guys don't need a bathroom. Go ahead and do the Dreadnoughtus. And then rest our other scientists for now. Pyroraptor is going to need quite a bit of space. Not a ton of space, but enough. These guys are going to want to live feed it. Place a couple just in case. I'm going to place this way. And expand this area a bit. Now I'm going to look for the dreadnought. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get some of the gene modifications done. You don't have to do the skins if you don't want to. Okay. Now cross species adaptation. And once that's done, we'll finish the extraction of the Pyroraptor. And then rest our other employee. I'm going to go ahead and get this guy for the faster synthesis. Okay.
I think with a little research, we should be able to get a batch of Pyroraptors ready for release.
All right then, let's get a team on it.
It may not be easy, but it is necessary. Can you imagine what would have happened already to this facility without us being here?
I'd rather not.
Me either, so let's stay on task. Biosyn needs us, and the dinosaurs need us even more.
The Pyroraptors are going to require an enclosure.
Let's try and make it as suitable as we can for them. The last thing we need is for these animals to be irritated.
Asset to be collected. Heading to collect the asset.
Effectively reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
Okay. This one here, we're going to actually place quite
Transportation
close
underway.
to the entrance.
Asset being transported.
going to need your help. Some of my operatives managed to obtain dinosaurs from Isla Nublar, and now I think it's the right time to bring them here.
Alright. Now
We
the
can
trick to
accommodate
this
them, right?
is you generally, for
Because I
these
really don't want to let
especially,
this opportunity pass us by.
you gotta take a picture of them. But the thing is you get money for it. Bro, I thought that said avian influenza. I was about to get mad.
Confirming asset delivery.
You better turn around and come help this guy. There we go. Okay. So our Pyroraptors are in here. Give me 2 minutes. Okay. So you're getting the Stygimoloch, Ankylosaurus, and Apatosaurus. So the cool thing about the Apatosaurus is you can actually put it in there with the Brachiosaurus, believe it or not. Surprisingly enough, they get along. So, just like before, I'm going to create a large area. Make sure to create plenty of areas where the people can get through. Not that it really matters because they drive right over. Get rid of these trees. Personally, I like to put the Stygimoloch by themselves just because they can be very temperamental about their space. But because I'm trying to save space and put dinosaurs together that can, you know, technically cohabitate and everything, we're just going to do that. Okay. And let this finish building.
Asset in transit. Transit has commenced. Asset transportation underway.
These guys like brown fruit.
Delivery complete.
So try to
Asset
make a
delivery
specific
confirmed.
area just for your Ankylosaur if you can.
Transporting asset.
Apatosaurus, we're going to spread them out a little
Asset
bit.
transportation in progress. Asset being transported. Asset delivered. Asset has been transported. Transportation complete.
These guys also like ground leaf, so you can actually place this here with them.
in transit. Commencing asset transit. Asset delivery confirmed. Transportation underway.
This is what I was afraid of. There is a disease spreading through our population. This is what happens when you push too far.
We'd better start researching a cure and do it like yesterday.
Do what you have to and do it quickly. We could have a full-scale disaster on our hands if we're not careful.
Now we are really getting somewhere. This is the Biosyn I'd always envisioned.
I'm pleased to report that our biodiversity is solid. The facility can support a range of animals.
That means all of our... well, Biosyn's dinosaurs are in play.
We could not be in a better position. But it leads me to think...
Think about what?
Don't we owe it to the world to bring more to the table? Every new species presents Biosyn with new possibilities. Medicine, materials, mathematics. We are just scratching the surface. But I am an impatient man. I want to show the world our full potential, and I want to do so now. That is the only way we destroy InGen. I want them to be a distant memory. Right now, I want more species. As fast as you can make them. Don't pepper me with excuses on why not. I need ways to make this a reality.
With all due respect, there is a risk to everything we do. The more species we bring back, the more complex of a biosphere we have to manage. We can only push so far.
When you think you have pushed as far as you can go, push harder. This genie is not going back in the bottle.
As you can see, as I was getting the Dreadnoughtus genome completed, I was uploading, or not uploading, but upgrading several of my other things as far as my response facility and all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do task scheduling so they can do more things. And more, and be able to handle more of the habitats. That way we don't have to create another response facility. And this is why I was saying to put your dinosaurs kind of in the same habitats, unless they're, I mean, even your Dimetrodon, believe it or not, could actually go in here with your herbivores because they don't attack your herbivores. So if you wanted to, you could do that, but of course it would take quite a bit of space from you, as far as, you know, the extra, pretty much everything else that you're needing for it. So we're going to go ahead and make our Dreadnoughtus. I'm not too worried about humble as I am kind of the smaller appetite. Speed this up a little bit. Looks like these guys are good now. They keep hitting the tail of that Allosaurus.
Urgent sabotage warning. Our power station output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
Small appetite, even better. Alright. So I'm going to actually put this Dreadnoughtus in
Picking
here.
up asset.
Output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
Asset has been collected. Delivery complete.
So far it's only saying not enough forest, but it still has a ways to kind of look around the whole place, so it still has some space to kind of look around and stuff. Alright, so it's safe to say he's going to be good. He's at 95% right now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. So let me move these. I actually really want to see if this will work. Well, I know it'll work, but I want to make sure that I can move these guys over, maybe even over here. No, there's too much going on over here. Maybe over here. There's still plenty of space. So instead of doing them individually, once they've been tranquilized, push triangle, and you can select multiple. I cannot tell you how long it took me to figure that out. And then you push triangle again to finalize.
En route to collect the
So we're
asset.
going to spread these
Asset
guys
required
out.
collection.
We're going to place their food. Got one here.
Transit has commenced.
Let's say one right here.
Asset transportation underway.
Go ahead and place your sand. That's not going to bother these other guys.
Transportation complete. Asset has been transported. Transportation underway.
There we go. There's a lot of dinosaurs. They'll be just fine.
Delivery has been completed.
If you don't want them to have the cohabitation issue, honestly, it's not that hard to come over here. Yes. And make them tolerant. And then just pick out the ones that are. Then we can come over here and get rid of the old ones.
Urgent sabotage warning. Our power station output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
Alright, so go ahead and finalize your selection and sell these guys off. We'll put these
En route
guys
to
back
pick up the
in here,
asset. En route to collect the asset.
and then put the new ones in here.
Adding task. Adding to the list. Acknowledged. Asset in transit. Asset transportation underway. Transit has commenced.
Brown fruit and gunpowder. These guys are probably the pickiest out of all the freaking
Asset delivered.
dinosaurs that I've got to deal with.
Asset transported. Asset has been delivered. Asset transportation complete.
Like, seriously, how much ground fruit do you actually need,
Asset
bro?
transportation in progress. Confirming asset delivery. Transportation complete.
Alright.
Asset being transported.
These guys are missing ground meat. It's because of those greedy Stegosaurus, so we're gonna go ahead and just add these. Stegosaurus will be fine. They'll be alright.
Commencing asset transit.
And the cohabitation thing, they'll be alright too. If you're worried about that, you can always put your Dimetrodon in here with the others.
Asset has been transported.
Oh, always so close. Okay. Oh, he ran away. Okay, so it's time to unlock the Therizinosaurus. So let's go ahead and go do that real quick. So we're going to go back up here to the Biosyn genetics and unlock. Make sure you grab your guy that has the faster research. If you see anybody that's disgruntled, go ahead and rest your people up. Because you're going to need it. Not sure who jumped on, but welcome. A little more forest over here for this guy. Alright, so the Therizinosaurus is going to have to be by themselves. None of the dinosaurs like them. So, and they require quite a bit of space. So let's go ahead and do this. Remember, add your fencing. These guys like lots of ground leaf. Okay. Let's add a facility here. Now we're gonna have to go find them in the Ember Mines. And start at level 1. I'm going to go ahead and do accelerated growth because that's going to be the second one other than advanced equipment. I can actually swap it out. So I can't do anything with it yet because I've got to go in here and do my fossils. I'm gonna go ahead and move these guys over with their friends.
Picking up asset. Acknowledging asset collection request. Asset has been collected. Assets in the air. Transporting asset.
And as you see, the more
Asset
you
has been
place,
delivered.
the more their stuff goes down, the better one.
Confirming asset delivery. Asset delivered.
It's good. Our Pyroraptors are still good. Our Ankylosaurs and our Apatosaurus are still doing good, as well as the Digimon. Okay.
Detect the asset.
Our power station output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
Transportation underway. Delivery has been completed. Asset delivery confirmed. Asset transported.
So we already have all of these guys. So the next dinosaur I'm going to try to get is the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And while that's going, I'm going to rest everybody before I start training. I would speed this video up. I do apologize. I am going live with this. So I just wanted to kind of throw that out there for you guys. So if there's no like fast forwarding through everything and all that, that's why. But hopefully this can be a good kind of walk through, follow up, you know, kind of following with it, so to speak. That's going to take 1,000 years.
collection request received. Transporting asset. Asset transportation complete.
Good morning. Our power station output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once. Our power station output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
Collecting asset. Asset in transit. Asset transportation underway. Delivery complete. Asset transported.
transportation output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once. Urgent sabotage warning. Our power station output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
Heading to pick up the asset. Asset being transported.
Helicopter protection deployed. Setting additional task.
Confirming asset delivery. Asset to be collected. En route to collect the asset. Assets in the air. Transit has commenced. Asset has been delivered. Delivery complete. Asset delivery confirmed.
Fights among the animals are bound to happen. Evolution is about conflict. It is part of what we must accept if we are ever to truly understand the dinosaurs.
Urgent sabotage warning. Our power station output has been unexpectedly reduced. Ranger units, please respond at once.
That's it. I think we've done all we can. We've optimized the compound as much as possible. It can support everything you wanted. The choice is all yours.
Well, ours. The choice is ours.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna second that, really.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you two. It would be foolish of me not to include you in what happens next. We don't want any missteps.
You know, I'd like to see what this facility is really capable of.
Me too. I think it can handle more dinosaurs.
Well, I know we can.
I'm proud of you both. This is Biosyn at its best.
Any dinosaurs we still need in the facility?
Let me check the research.
We've got to make sure we get them all. This is too great an opportunity to miss.
Once in a lifetime, right? I mean, for the dinos and for us. With all that's happening, we still want to keep an eye on our dinosaur visibility and comfort ratings.
Agreed. Let's keep them on target. I'm getting reports of sick animals. You do realize how quickly an unknown virus can spread through the whole population, right? This just became our #1 priority.
Commencing asset transit. Asset delivered. Asset requiring collection. Asset has been collected.
We've lost a dinosaur. The cycle of life, unfortunately, includes death. Our recent history has shown that's especially true for paleozoology. So, let's do our best to manage this situation without upsetting the other animals.
Asset to be collected. Asset transportation in progress. to collect the asset. Assets in the air. Delivery has been completed.
And there you have it. Hope this helps, guys.